Yeah, I like this little slogan up here, dubbed the best burger joint in the county by Sunset Magazine. Nice. Delivery wise, this is a delivery now available. That's excellent. I do think with the restaurant and delivery hours, we might make some adjustments there. I'm not a big fan when you can't align, like for example, 11 a.m. and 11 a.m. You can see how they're not lined up perfectly. So I'll give you a hint on what you can do there on that. Let's take a look at your code real quick. And let me open up your style sheet as well. Okay, nothing really wrong here. You took away the background, you left everything the same. You'll add more styles next week. Um, One of the things that you have up here, you're using the style element wrong here. The style element, if you're going to apply a style that applies it to the page, you have to put it in the head section. However, you have an external style sheet. So what we're going to do here is you're going to take this H1 tag, we're going to cut it out, and we're going to put it over here in our external style sheet. Okay, and then you're going to do the same thing for your H2. I'm just going to put these on extra return so that it's easier to find and go and edit. Okay, so you want to keep this all in the external style sheet, and then what you want to do is you want to delete these two style elements. Now if you're going to apply it just to the page, you would put a style element up here in the head section, and you put all the styles. You don't put separate style elements, you just put one, and you put it up in the head section. But you have the link tag, that's what that's there used for. So then let's take a look at your other coding. I want to double check, see if you had an inline element, and you did for bold tag. Bold tag is great on that. That's what they're asking for, a couple of inline style elements, and that's bold, italics, mark, the mark tag, it could be a quotation mark. So definitely work with that. Now what you could do here, and this is a little more unique in that sense, when I come down here to I love the definition list, but where it has 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. And so forth, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a span tag, and then I'm going to add a class. You're going to learn classes next week on this. So class, I'm going to go in and just type in time. Okay, and I'm going to put that closing span tag at the end of the time itself. Now what the span tag does, it allows us to select a specific phrase and allows us to format that phrase. But what I'm doing is I'm adding a class, and that class allows, it's just like a name, it's like your first and last name. So it allows us to identify that specific style or that specific phrase, and I can apply a style to it. And so that way I don't, maybe I'll use a span tag in other paragraphs. I want to change the styling for it to be different. And that's where the class comes in play. So what I want to do is I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to put it right before 11 a.m., 1 a.m. I'm going to copy. I'm just doing, you're going to keep it the same name, okay, because you're going to apply the same style to it. Okay, now what you're going to do is you're going to go into your style sheet, and to access the style with that class name, you have to type in the dot first and then the class name. Okay, so in a style sheet, when we want to specifically look for an area to format, and we're using classes to identify that area, then we're going to put a dot and then time. We can't just type in time, it won't find it. So it has to find a class, and it knows it by the dot. Now what I want to do is I'm going to put a little space on the left hand side, and I'm going to say padding hyphen left, and I'm going to say, let's say 10 pixels at this time. I'll pause this real quick. Okay, so what I'm doing here, I got the span in, and I went into the style sheet, I experimented with, I just wanted to double check and experimenting, padding left and so forth. And what I want to do is when I refresh, see how that goes in, adds extra space over here on the left hand side, and then it automatically lines that up perfectly. So that's something you probably want to do for delivery hours as well.